Hello and welcome back to Soon 73 Tai Chi. So this is going to be kind of a shorter video. Moves number 51 and 52, open and close, you already know. But let's go ahead and throw that into our flow starting from the beginning. And then we'll talk a little bit more about breathing in this very short video today. So I know you've done your warm-ups. You're ready. If not, you're stopping the video and you're going to do it now. And settling in. Noticing good posture, balance on both feet equally, head lifted high to the heavens. Relaxing the hands. Taking at least 3 breaths in stillness, I think, is a good idea before beginning to move. Let's take our Wuji awareness with us into our Tai Chi practice starting now. Standing on the left foot, facing around 10:30 on our clock. We sink the weight all to the right foot and float the left one out, almost like stepping on ice, cautious and aware. Pivoting first on the left heel and then on the right with no weight on either foot before stepping to 3 o'clock in our first rendition of leisurely Tai Coat, in our first awareness of breath as we open the hands, breathing in, and close the hands, breathing out. Single whip left. Again, a mindful step. Touching the right bubbling well in an empty stance through lifting hands. Then the heel touches down. Again, maybe even as cautious as walking on ice with every step, coming back to awareness of a full breath in, starting at the belly, and a relaxed breath out. Brush knee left towards 9 o'clock with the left foot floating out. We remember in our forms that our follow steps never come super close. We want each one to give us a stable foundation. So even though we may bring the follow foot in a little closer on our right punch over left forearm, we don't want it up on top of the other foot. Even here, we leave a little space between the feet with that agile stepping, coming back once more to awareness of the full breath, moving the hands out and then in or open and close before brush knee right towards 3 o'clock. In our first full leisurely Tai Coat, again, we're aware of each mindful step, cautious as if we were walking on ice, testing to make sure that it's safe, that it doesn't break. Returning once more to awareness of the life-giving breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Single whip back to the left, again, aware of the step, then shifting weight. Opening from the waist and turning towards 9 o'clock for right fist punching under left elbow. Aware of our follow steps and keeping a stable foundation for the width of our body building. Even if balance is not an issue today, it might be in 2 years, or 10 years, or 20 or 30 years. So create the habit now. With each follow step, even this one here as it comes in not too close, create the habit of a nice stable platform to stand solidly upon and move gracefully from well into your 90s. Back to the front for another mindful belly or Dantian breath, opening hands and closing hands. Single whip right, a cautious, mindful step. Opening our whip and withdrawing it, not bringing the foot too close, stepping out wider for our first wave hands like clouds. As we progress in learning Tai Chi, sometimes we forget about our feet. So bring awareness to that mindful step, maybe with the idea of stepping on ice, if you can relate to that. A third gentle step before changing towards 130 or 2 for a higher horse. Right side of the body withdrawing, left bubbling well touching, and then we hold the ball in space and turn it, generating energy for toe kick left. And feeling the stable foundation before toe kick right. Floating the foot down like on ice as we come into our downward punch. Ideally with not a lot of weight on the front left foot, because then you know it becomes the stable back foot. And turning both fists subtly, stepping lightly, opening the fists on the step and step, bringing up left knee but not quite touching elbow. And tapping right leg, holding chi. Hands and foot moving in harmony here, left toe pointing to about 730, right bubbling well touches in an empty stance for the squeeze. We don't hold that squeeze long. And now toe kick left towards 1030. Spin or step cautiously all the way around for heel kick right towards 1030-ish. Palms open there. And then palm facing palm towards 9 o'clock. Parry. Step lightly while hands flip. Parry. Step lightly. Cautious and mindful of weight shift for 1-inch punch. We withdraw. Follow step never coming too close. Orienting towards 6 o'clock now. Pivoting on the right heel for our mindful belly breath through the nose, expanding the hands open and bringing them back together. Holding the baby on the right hip, we look towards 130 or 2 and step cautiously with the left foot for brush knee left and leisurely tie coat, hand and foot moving in harmony there. Following, you could say, left foot never coming in too close. Same with the right foot here. Creating the habit of a stable foundation for the precious body temple. Here, right foot stepping slightly in front of where left toes will turn to face 3 o'clock in our open and close. And diagonal, single whip. Turning the waist, we know, is what's opening the left hand. Turning to face 3 o'clock now, the left hand drops down and we begin sweeping in hand and foot and parting the wild horse's mane. Shifting the weight fully to left foot, right hand drops down, right hand and foot circle in and out together. We touch the left, bubbling well, right wrist up underneath the left in a little flare before the heel steps down on the left foot, the right palm comes up, the right toe touches for this rendition of leisurely Tai Chi, which is really just the end part of it and the uprooting push. And today's lesson, turning left foot towards 12, right toes pivoting in with that stable foundation, breathing in through the nose, the hands open. And breathing out through the nose, the hands close. So that's moves 51 and 52, and just a brief little chat once more about breathing. So far, in our discussions of the open and close and the mindful breath that we take during that part of our form, we've discussed the biomechanics of breathing, which is the ideal physical breath, how we physically do that with the belly and the rib cage. We've also discussed the duration of the breath. We know that a longer breath is actually healthier and could be considered longevity producing, and that the ideal breath for humans, according to research, is around 6 seconds in and 6 seconds out, or less. We've also discussed in the last lesson that breathing through the nose is the healthiest way to breathe. And today I want to mention something that could be so obvious we don't even pay attention to its importance. That another characteristic of healthy breathing is that it is quiet and easy. Those two kind of go together, quiet and easy. Easy sometimes does not always equal quiet when we are breathing. I have noticed through the years of Tai Chi that sometimes people make a loud breath when they're breathing in or perhaps breathing out. Some people will even make like a throaty exhale. I think it comes from perhaps some yoga training in the Ujjayi style of breathing. But we don't use that style of breathing in Tai Chi. Especially here when we're creating the habit of the healthiest possible breath for the mind-body. We know that it should be quiet and easy. That means when we inhale, it's not forced, breathing in through the nose, and we don't hear it. And when we exhale, it's not forced out, and we should not hear it. I'll be honest, sometimes in my own practice, I will catch myself making a loud exhale. Maybe if I'm pushing, and sometimes I will purposefully exhale through the mouth for various reasons in my practice as a breathing exercise. Maybe it's because I know I've got something toxic going on, and exhaling through the mouth rids me of more toxins than through the nose. But I am aware that breathing out through the mouth is not a normal, healthy thing to do, and I'm only doing it as an exercise. I'm also aware that sometimes I will make a little bit of noise on my exhale. It's usually in something more aggressive like a punch, where I'm really thinking about the martial application of what I'm doing and adding a little more power into that by emphasizing my exhale a little more and making a little noise. But as a standard rule of thumb, the healthiest way to breathe, the characteristics are that it's easy, it's not forced, the inhale is quiet, and the exhale is not forced and it's quiet through the nose. And we've already discussed the belly breathing and why that healthy way of breathing makes the arms move and open and close. And if you don't recall that, I invite you to go back to section 2's lesson with the heart or the lungs icon for open and close. The very first one is where we talk about the biomechanics of breathing, how the diaphragm moves and expands the body. That's it. I told you it'd be an easy one, so I invite you, if you want to run through it again with me, go back to the beginning of the video and notice your breath and this characteristic. Quiet, easy, relaxed.